Alright, I'm back. And we got some Structures Brewing right here. And this shit is phenomenal. This is Structures Brewing out of Bellingham. Hopefully that comes across. It's a Pacific Northwest brewery, so somewhat local to me. This one is their West Coast IPA. Looks like it has a 6.8 ABV, and it's black over dark blue, so if you can't see it, sorry. It's not coming across on my shitty bathroom lighting. But we just got a crab in the dark blue background, and that's it. So let's crack this thing, and let's get with it. We're going into a can glass today. Can-shaped glass, that is. This one was one of the party favors at the Yakima Valley Fresh Hop Ale Festival. So let's see if I can spin it. There we go. Yakima Valley Fresh Hop Ale Festival 2021 right there. And we got a bright, see-through, kind of nice golden color to it. Nice bright white finger of head. Oh, and those piney Northwest hops right there. I can smell it already. Oh, it's so good. God, I love it. Pacific Northwest IPAs are the fucking best IPAs, where bitterness still lives and still reigns true. That's what I'm talking about. That is beautiful. Has a nice malt presence, but it's not overpowering. It's just there to provide a little bit of balance to the beer. Other than that, we got some nice, vibrant hops in here. Piney, a little bit of citrus, and that's it. There's a little bit of juice, but the pine and the citrus kind of take over, and that juicy, fruity is just kind of in the background. Fucking phenomenal. Alright, enough about the beer. Moving on to one of my favorite brands in wet shaving, and that is Purely Skinful Handmade Essentials out of Canada. And this one here is their beef tallow base, as you can see up top. And this one's called Fougere Luxe shaving soap. And it is a clean and fresh masculine blend with bergamot top notes combined with lavender, juniper, wild fern, fir needle, tonka bean, and black pepper. And this is some good shit here. It comes across as a very bright, fresh, clean fougere with a bit of a sparkling effervescence to it, which just takes it from being an alright scent into the fucking fantastic realm. And this one here is bold and bangin'. It absolutely radiates off the puck. That bright citrus note just pops you right in the nose. And you can see it's a stamped puck, and it's also kind of hard, kind of a firm soap base. So a little bit goes a long way. Kind of get a little bit of extra value out of that. All right, let's get into this here. I already got it lathered up here in my beautiful Lancaster Razorworks shave bowl there. And you can see there's a very creamy, shiny lather inside. And we're using a Sawdust Creation Studios brush here today, and this one is kind of in a crimson slash pink blue hues. It kind of depends on which way the light hits it, but mostly crimson. Very nice brush though. And then on top we got a Paragon shaving Boar knot today. This is a 25 or 24 millimeter Boar knot, not very dense. It's kind of an old school Boar knot, and it still works just fine. Nice soft tips after you break it in. Let's go ahead and do a couple different things here. I'm gonna wet the face a little bit. Let's just see how this works. I don't know exactly how this is gonna go down, but put a nice slick layer of water on the face. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of Highland Springs Soap Company Mentholator. And this was in a separate jar that he sent to me after I tested the original Highland Springs Mentholator. So this is what the actual packaging looks like. But he sent me a revised formula a while back. And so it's just kind of menthol in like a firm balm form, and it kind of looks kind of cool in there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to smear some on my hand, and the warmth of my fingertip will actually cause some product to like melt and build up. And I think I'm just going to smear some of that on the neck. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and get some more. I'm just going to kind of smear some on the neck. So the Mentholator is marketed as a very highly concentrated natural menthol product. But I've found you would have to use quite a lot to actually validate that. A little bit goes a long way, or a little bit doesn't go as long of a way as the story is told. But keep in mind, I have a quite a high menthol tolerance, so keep that in mind and definitely start off on the low end and see for yourself if it is to your liking. Here I am still smearing more product on the face. It definitely has the real menthol scent to it. So if you're not a fan of real menthol scent, maybe just, pass this one up. There is a downside to real menthol additive sometimes. And I actually don't mind the scent of menthol whatsoever. And I think it applies real easy in that form factor. I've actually talked to Pete from Hendricks Classics and Company about getting that maybe in like a shave stick form, so you could just kind of twist it up and then you'll have like a handle actually to hold on to instead of getting it on your fingertips, and you can just kind of slather it on the skin like that. I don't really know what the status of that project is, but it did seem well received when I tried passing that idea on to Pete from Hendricks. So I look forward to seeing that hopefully by the summertime. And I think the form factor and usage of a menthol additive in kind of a deodorant stick type form will be much more approachable than what he's got going on now with the current status of the Mentholator. Regardless though, I do think the product is nice. I do enjoy it. It does what it says on the tin, and that is it adds a little bit of cooling to your shave. And so it's exactly what I want, and that's exactly what it does. So can't really be too upset about it. I got 4 days growth today. So I'm going to do a little bit of agitation, more than I normally do, just to kind of get some of this lather up under the hairs there. I should have took a shot before the video, but there's definitely very obvious growth with the 4 days stubble. More so on the neck than the cheeks, but definitely still very visible on the cheeks as well. And one thing about real menthol is it will kill your lather a little bit, so don't judge the look of this lather today off of Purely Skinful, because I got plenty of backlog using Purely Skinful, and it makes a very nice lather no matter which base you're using. Okay, the razor for today is the Christopher Bradley Open Comb C plate, and this is made by Karve razors. And I actually got a combination of stainless steel metals, and then the base plate here in red is actually aluminum, and inside we got a second use Gillette super thin blade. And that's actually the second time I've ever used the blade. So we're going to give this first impressions in the Karve here. The Karve OC-C is actually my favorite double-edge razor in my collection. Favorite double edge I've came across or had the pleasure of experiencing. And just like that, man. You kind of hear the stubble getting mowed down. This razor is just fucking impressive. Smooth, efficient, nice blade feel that doesn't feel threatening. Man, it's kind of nice when you use a bunch of your favorite products. Just kind of get the feelings of a great shave in the works. That's how I feel right now. I had a long, hard Monday at work, but it was a damn fine day indeed. I got to snag a pint or two after work at one of my favorite tap rooms. I dropped off some amazing beer to them so that they could sell some of this hard to find stuff. And that's a relationship that I hope to nurture and grow, because the transaction went pretty seamlessly. And so, really looking forward to doing some more of that in the future as I travel around trying new breweries and new tap rooms. Big fan of traveling. And as you can see here, all the lather has been removed, but there is still plenty of slickness to work with. Purely Skinful is real good shit. And I really do stand behind Purely Skinful products. Very nice. And the Karve, absolutely top dog. It just feels so fucking nice. It's the perfect balance for me of efficiency and smoothness, comfortability, but it has some blade feel. Like, that open comb gives it some blade feel, and the balance, the mix of attributes are just fucking amazing. I know a lot of people talk about they use like a way higher angle when using the Karve razor. I don't know what the fuck everybody else is talking about, but you know, we each have our own experiences. I don't know. I've never had to use a higher than normal angle with the Karve ever. So that's just my experience. I've been using it for a long time now. I have a lot of experience with it, and like I said, it's my favorite double-edged safety razor in my collection. So I kind of know what I'm talking about when I talk about the Karve. One thing about this Mentholator, this Hendricks Classics and Company Mentholator additive, is that once it's on the skin on the first pass, it kind of is just sitting on the surface of your skin, and I feel like you shave it off. And so instead of experiencing like a heightened second pass where the cooling sensation on the second pass is higher than that of the first pass, I feel like that doesn't really ring true with the Highland Springs. God damn it. Sorry, I keep saying Highland Springs. Hendricks Classics and Company. I don't really feel like that rings true with HC&C, the Mentholator product, because I feel like you're kind of shaving it off on pass 1. So you kind of get a degraded chill on pass 2. Whereas if you were using another menthol additive and kind of dropping, you know, menthol drops into your lather, the lather actually holds the cooling product. And so on pass 2, you're applying a fresh layer of mentholated lather on your face, and it kind of heightens the chill factor. Whereas in this situation, it just kind of, you're just kind of painting regular lather that's unmentholated onto your face, where mentholated product once was, but now has been shaven off. So I don't know. It was a cool concept, and I really did want it to be as I really wanted it to live up to the promise, but it just kind of didn't. So I don't know. I don't really know how to fix it. I don't have the answers, but for me, I think it's a nice product. It's another tool in my arsenal. But just buying organic menthol crystals on Amazon and a salt and pepper grinder and just sprinkling menthol crystals into your lather and then incorporating them directly into your lather, that still seems to be my preferred method of adding menthol and kind of keeping the level of menthol in my hands. If I want a low entry-level menthol shave, I can do that by just putting a few grinds into the lather. If I want a highly mentholated shave, I can do that by just absolutely grinding, you know, a ton of crystals into the lather. It's all on me, and I can really adjust it to my own preferences with the salt and pepper grinder. So, I don't know. I didn't use my salt and pepper grinder in today's video, but I have a ton of videos where I am using it. And I will link the Amazon links in the description of this video to the exact menthol grinder that I use, as well as the organic menthol crystals that I bought more than once now, because I use mentholated additives quite a lot. But if you're interested, I know a few happy shavers that have bought the same things that I have with those links, and they seem to be enjoying the form factor as well. Alright. That pretty much concludes the shave. It doesn't really get much closer than that. Alright. And right now, I just kind of have a low-level menthol tingle that's just kind of lingering. Real entry-level stuff right here after pass 2. The chill is real low, non-threatening. Let me get this lather off the face, and then we can get into some aftershave. And that, you can just kind of feel the slickness. You just kind of feel the slickness on the skin with Purely Skinful. That residual, just by putting a little bit of water over it, it kind of brings it right back to that highly slick state. And although the menthol additive kind of killed the volume, which menthol is known to do, the slickness was still there. And you could definitely tell when I was just shaving on residual slickness alone at the end of that first pass. Real good stuff. And just like that, with the Karve OC-C razor, open comb, C-plate, 4 days growth, knockdown with ease. And it looks like we got away with no weepers, no wounds. I did have a, I don't know what the hell that is, a blemish of some sort, but it looks like we came away unscathed. I tried to avoid it right there on the second pass. All right, let's take a swig. Get into this one actually is my favorite aftershave in the whole of wet shaving. And if you can see up top, it is a witch hazel base. So this one is a non-alcohol aftershave base. Same fragrance. If you want to look at the ingredients list, there it is on the back. And this one immediately feels very soothing, and the post shave is crazy. It kind of has a milky white color and consistency, and it has a little bit of a viscous body to it. But I tell you what, it only takes a minute or so to really soak in, and once it's in there, it leaves your skin feeling phenomenal. And this scent, if it was bold and banging in the shave soap, it is a notch or two up even from that. It is absolutely radiating in this bathroom, and I love that about it. Smelling phenomenal, ready for spring. This one will be a fucking killer in the spring, but really good for all year round purposes. All right, enough rambling on. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you had a good Monday. Hang in there, power through the rest of the week. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Cheers.